Welcome to the Averactive YouTube. A little bit of a different one today because we thought we'd have a little bit of a sit-down conversation, and I don't want to use the word podcast, but conversation style video, just discussing business questions. I put a question box on my Instagram stories a couple weeks ago asking if you guys had any specific questions about Aver, about business, about anything, and we've got them written down. So we're just going to go through them and have a bit of a chat.
Starting off with a very simple one. Why the name Aver?
Oh, I get asked this all the time.
Yeah.
You just get comfier, honestly. So pretty much, I thought of starting Aver when I was 20. And at the time, a lot of the brands that I liked and was buying from and aligned with were very short, sharp, minimal names. And any of the names that weren't, it stood out like a sore thumb. I'm not gonna name names, but there's certain brands that, nobody knows if they're pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to read it. Nobody can remember how to write it down. And it's just if you're going to start a brand, you need to be able to read it, write it, think about it, everything. So I wanted something from the get-go that was going to be very easy to read and write and understand and pronounce. So yeah, I was just going through a bunch of ideas and names. I also didn't want anything cringy. I didn't want be strong, athleisure. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was going through girls' names and I came across the girl's name Aver. And I was like, I don't know anyone called Aver. It doesn't have any meaning to me, so it won't annoy me. And I don't know anyone annoying called Aver.
No.
It's like when you name your kid, you're not going to name your kid someone that bullied you in primary school.
No.
Because it's triggering. So yeah, I saw the girl's name Aver and I'm like, oh, I could fuck with that. But AVA, again, is a bit cringy. It's a bit, as a business name.
So short.
It gives a bit acronym vibes.
Yeah.
It's so short. So I knew I wanted it to be 4 letters because I wanted my name to be my symbol. I didn't want to have company name and a symbol. Louis Vuitton has got their symbol and their name. I'm sure it is probably good, but I just didn't want that. So Aver, girl name, but chuck an ER on it. 4 letters, AVER. The only thing I wish that I did from the start is just be called Aver, not Averactive, not Aver Activewear, just Aver. So yeah, I've just got to backtrack that, but whatever.
At the start, how did you grow your following and get customers loving your product?
So at the start, I wasn't the face of the brand for the first 6 months. I was very much in the shadows vibes, trying to be really discreet. I didn't want to use my hands in videos because I was I don't want anyone to think it's me or know it's me. Don't know why. But at the start, I was an online coach PT, so I was very used to posting every single day, getting on my stories, having a chat, selling a service. So I had that background knowledge, which obviously has been really helpful. In no way, shape or form am an influencer or ever had a lot of followers. I literally got over 10K followers on my Instagram because of Aver. It's done me more favors than I've done Aver. Yeah, just in terms of growing your audience and getting people around the brand is honestly just being authentic, being yourself and being consistent. I can't tell you how much posting 3 times a day on TikTok every single day, even when it was just myself at home, it didn't matter to me what was going to be cringy or if anyone was going to judge me or what they were saying behind my back, because it just started to pay off so quickly. So yeah, just consistency, post as much as physically possible and sort of block out the noise from, family or friends. I feel like they're usually honestly the ones that do the most damage. Yeah. Family. Why are you posting that?
A lot of people did ask, is it important to stay consistent? So
100%. There was not a day that I missed posting on TikTok. I'd post 3 times a day, Monday to Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, I'd give myself a bit of grace and post once a day. But there was not a day that I missed until I hired Lauren and then I gave her the job. But there's not a day that we've only missed 1 day ever, remember?
Was that a full day?
When we came back from Sydney.
That was a full day.
We've only missed 1 day ever and it wasn't even my fault.
I fucking passed out.
But I didn't even care. We've got to the point where we probably could miss a day here and there, but we just like to, we like getting the community.
It's my job. I feel like a
failure.
and
no, don't feel that.
The first time I missed one post, I was like, no, it can't happen. And it was because TikTok wouldn't let me actually post it. We really can afford to now, but I think it's the whole fun of it, and I think it's also a bit of a platform that our community goes to, and we know that. So I kind of feel like I'm letting the community down by not having some sort of entertainment or something to watch after work, or I don't know, there's probably a few of our community members that jump in bed. They like to catch up on what we posted throughout the day. So I would hate to only be no posts or 1 post. Oof, rough. Leading on from that, tips on getting used to posting on socials as someone who never posts.
Again, just film. I say this to anyone that I've spoken to wanting to start a business or scared to post online. Film everything, whether or not you use it or not. By filming consistently, you're just getting used to it. You're getting in a habit of talking to yourself into a camera. Because I feel like that's the battle. So many people I just feel weird as fuck talking to myself. Nobody's home, my house is quiet. And I'm all right, so here's my amazing dog grooming machine. Like they just feel uncomfortable. So just film everything, and then whether or not you use it or not, that's gonna give you a lot of leverage for your experience and your comfortability, if that's a word. I think it is. Comfortability with filming. But yeah, the more you film, the more comfortable you get. And then second to that, eventually you will feel like you've got a bit of solid ground with like what you're filming, the context of it, and you'll just edit it up and start posting. And you just have to post. You're gonna get fuck all views at the start. You might get fuck all views in a year. If you could look into the future and see that because you posted 3 times a day, blocked out all the background noise, even blocked out all the internal noise of like your own self being like, this is so cringe, they're gonna say this, I don't wanna post that, this is so boring, I don't know if I edited it right, I don't like the lighting, it's this, it's that. You can see my house in the background, my house is messy, like all that shit. If you could look at yourself in 3 years, and in 3 years, because you posted consistently and blocked out the noise, you were making like 4 or 5 million a year, would you still not post? I don't think so.
I remember back when like I wasn't working here, Alice was working out of home, and I followed you, and I was so impressed by her confidence in just how you spoke to the camera. And I was like, I do not know anyone else who can so confidently talk about their business to the camera, but like still be a small business, like you're just starting out, but so confident.
Yes.
And that's what hooks people in. I love it.
I did get the practice, like I said, from being an online coach, because that's very, very solitude vibes. Like you're on your own all day, every day, talking to my laptop to my client, because I'd film myself and then send them their check-ins.
Yeah.
So I was always talking to someone, and I just treated it like that as well. I was like, I am talking to someone because someone's gonna watch this video, so I just have to act like I'm on FaceTime with them.
Yeah.
They're just not responding. Like, you know, when I call Lauren, I give her a clothing haul, half the time she's not really speaking. Like she might be like, ooh, wow, love that, hate that, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm just rambling, really. So just those vibes.
True. And why did you decide to work for yourself?
I don't know. I just feel like I've always not been very good at working for other people. So it's like the opposite.
Imagine.
It's like the opposite. I always felt like I was too good for wherever I worked. This is honesty. Like even as low as a pizza shop, I was a waitress at a pizza shop, and I'm like, he needs to be doing this, that needs to be better, this system's shit. The way you do that's crap. I'd still do my job. I was never like horribly rude, but I always had a little bit of attitude at all my jobs. And it wasn't from a place of like, I think I'm better than you. It was from like a literal frustration place of like, I'm gonna do it like this because you're my boss and you've told me to do it like this, but you need to be doing it like this and you're not, and it makes me actually want to smack you in the throat. Like that's honestly used to frustrate the fuck out of me. Like I remember like maybe 4 distinct jobs that I had before working for myself as a PT that I just, when I look back, I'm like, that's probably too much attitude for an employee. Like even Coles, I used to tell them, yeah, no worries, like check out. But if you put me in self-checkout, I'm not to be there for longer than 40 minutes. I'd full tell them that, and they'd be like, you know, and eventually they'd just be like, oh, Alice can't be in there for longer than an hour.
You just set your boundaries.
You know, I think that's why I was so inclined to work for myself, because naturally I just like to follow my own rules. I do make mistakes still. I don't think I'm right all the time, but I think when you're an employee, and I'm sure Lauren's even experienced this working for me, like there's times where I'm like, no, we're doing this, and you're probably in your head thinking, that is dumb as fuck.
Rare.
You do.
But maybe they're having.
But you voice it, and I usually agree with you by the end of the conversation. I'm usually like, no, that doesn't make sense. You're like, yes. If we do this, then that's gonna happen. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yes. And what's your best advice for those starting a new business? They want top 5 tips.
Ooh, okay. Best advice for starting a business: 1, save your fucking money. If you don't have anything to fall back on, it's going to be a very stressful process for you. When I started Aver, I think I had 15, 20K savings. I didn't splurge all of that on my product because I knew I'd need a slice for product, a slice for website development because I knew I'd never wanted to make my website. I'm so bad at that. A slice for this, a slice for that, whatever. Shipping, mailers, everything. Starting up your ABN, your company name, like everything costs money. So you need money to have somewhat of a seamless process because you don't want to be like, stop, because you're saving in between. So I think just as hard as it is, stay in your job, save your money, and do it really comfortably and confidently, because I think having the funds makes it be a bit more of a confident process as well. If you're like, oh, I really want these mailers because I know it's going to make my customers experience better, but it's a lot of money and I can't really, because you've got $5,000 in your savings. But if you had 30 grand, you'd probably go ahead with that and some more. So first thing is make sure you've got funds, make sure you've got capital. Second advice for someone starting a small business is film everything from the fucking second the idea comes in your head. You could be in the shower naked, grab your fucking phone, put your face to the top of the camera and say, December 16th, 6 p.m. I just came up with the most iconic idea. Like I wish I had everything filmed. Like I curse the day that I didn't film even me sitting in the backyard trying to come up with the name. Like curse. How did I not? It's annoying.
True.
So film everything, because whether you use it or not, like I said before, it's really great to have those memories and you will use them one day. Like I wish I had those videos to post like on all that 4-year anniversary, 5-year anniversary, like those throwbacks of like, holy fuck, this has really been a startup.
Yeah.
Tip number 3 is sort of coming on to filming as soon as you can. Get your social media up and running as soon as you can. And even if you're just posting like photos or like videos, start building a community around the topic of whatever you're going to launch. So if you're going to launch, dog collars, start an Instagram with a name. Could be the business name, could just be any name, and just start posting photos of your dogs, pretty dogs, funny dogs. Get people following you that like dogs, because they're going to own dogs, aren't they? So then you've got this community. Even if it's 500 followers, by the time you launch your business, you've got 500 people that own dogs. I love that idea. Tip number 4 is very important, and it's about your network. I cannot express to you enough, you're not going to have employees at the start. Honestly, you're not. But you need a very strong network of people, partner, friends, family, even someone that supports your idea that's new into your life. Like my website developer and marketing people, Jeremy, I met him like 9 months into starting Aver. I wish I met him before it because it would have saved me a lot of money. But even having someone like that in my corner that I could ask questions to or go to with anything that stressed me about marketing or website development or anything, I just feel like your support system is very, very important. Zach's always been so supportive of me. My mum always helped me, even if it was to midnight packing orders. My best friends, Chloe and Flick, would come over when they weren't working or on the weekend and I was drowning. So support system is very important to make it through and not, die of exhaustion. Number 5, I don't know how this wasn't my number 1. This is just coming to my head. This should have been number 1, but your service or product needs to be fucking good. If your quality is already trash, it doesn't need to be perfect. When I say good, I mean it needs to be good. It needs to be something sellable. It needs to be something that people want to buy. It needs to be something you're proud of. But it also needs to be worth whatever you're selling it for, because you're only going to last as long as you have new customers and returning customers. If everyone that bought from me never came back to shop for me, we'd be in a very different position.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you'd just be trying to acquire new customers, and it's a lot harder than getting some new customers and having a fat chunk of your returning customers continue to come to you. So that comes down to product and quality and consistency with product and quality. So like I said before, it doesn't have to be perfect, because if you try and launch a perfect product, you're not going to launch for 5 years because you're going to be so picky. You're going to be perfectionist mindset. It doesn't work like that. Launch something good/great and make it perfect. For example, I launched with my signature seamless leggings. We're now in year 3.5 years down the line, and we're about to launch later this year a rebrand of that. And to me, these are going to be perfect, in my opinion. Will they probably in another 3 years, I think I can make them more perfect? Maybe. But compared to the good/great product I launched with, I still was able to make millions off that good/great product. I still had returning customers from that good/great product. But now I want to give my returning customers something fresh and show them that I'm not just going to be lazy and sit on something good/great when I can make something perfect for you guys. Yeah. So those are my 5 tips.
Perfect.
Yes.
A faceless business is achievable.
Well, it's done. It's been done before. Yeah. So it's obviously achievable. I just don't think it's the world's smartest thing, especially if you're wanting to grow somewhat faster. I don't think it's smart. And I also think faceless, in my opinion, maybe is a bit better for something like a cosmetics brand or hairspray brand or skincare or something where you're just getting models to do e-com with and show your product with their hands, and you're just posting before and afters maybe. You can probably be a bit more faceless. But even when I think of skincare, someone like, is your last name Wild? Rachel Wild? Yeah. TBH? Yeah. I think she was quite faceless at the start, and I haven't followed her for long. But TBH skincare, for example, I don't think that needed to be face of brand, and it probably never had to be. But now that she's kind of crossing over into that, especially on TikTok, I'm sure it's doing her a world of wonders.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be the owner that's the face.
It doesn't, but I also find it highly strange when it's not. Yeah. I think the owner still has to be involved. You don't have to be the 24/7 face, but you need to be on there. Otherwise, if it's an employee and they leave, what are you going to do?
Not good.
Not good.
When did you know that you needed to hire an employee?
When I was drowning. But there was also, I'd already made 7 figures revenue-wise, not profit, before I hired Bella. So I really was at my wit's end. I don't think you need, with me, I don't get ahead of myself ever. Could I have a big, glamorous, huge, renovated, beautiful warehouse that's fucking 1,000 square meters? Sure. Do I need it? No. So until I'm like at the point where it's like do or die, that's kind of when I press the play button. Everyone's different. But like I said before, I was able to lean on my network a little bit. I think if I lived in a country and I had no friends and family, I probably would have hired way earlier. But I was able to lean on my network. So to answer that question, in my opinion, whether my opinion's valid to you or not, get someone when you really need help and you're going to be able to give them a solid amount of hours work. You don't want to have someone that's like, oh, I did that. And you're like, can you vacuum the carpet? You know, get them when you're busy and you could do with some extra time on your hands to continue to grow other sectors of your business. So I passed on customer service, pick packing, all the warehouse stuff that I didn't need to be doing stock takes and stuff, cleaning, tidying, and then general admin assistant stuff I passed on as soon as possible because I don't need to do that.
Yeah. What are the systems that you used at the very start?
Okay.
That you needed?
Systems in softwares.
Yeah.
Okay. Shopify, duh. I actually did start out on fucking WordPress.
Oh.
And it was the dumbest, stupidest, but that was purely because the freaking website developer I was using at the start convinced me that Shopify wasn't good. Really tragic. So the first 6 months of my business analytics is nowhere to be found. It's really horrible. So Shopify, some sort of shipping agent software to speak between Shopify and Ozpost for us that sends out our parcels. So for us, I had an Ozpost business account, but we also used ShipStation at the start. We now use StarShipIt. I just think it's better. So StarShipIt, Shopify, some sort of Ozpost or someone that's going to actually ship out your orders for you. Other than that, honestly, our social media platforms and just stuff like Canva, Google Sheets, everything free. I don't think I had any specific crazy softwares. Like a lot of it that we had would be integrated into Shopify's downloadable app. Klaviyo for email and SMS marketing.
How do you stay focused in your own lane with so many competitors?
There is a lot of competitors. I feel like every single year in the industry of e-commerce, there's probably like 500,000 new businesses every year. Who knows? But in the industry of activewear, I reckon every year, there's another 1 or 2 actual competitors that like come up and you're like, oh, who are they? What are they doing? We notice them. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I'm not a fucking liar. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I don't notice competitors. Like, got my eye shutters on. It doesn't work like that. And if you are doing that, or you say you're doing that, 1, you're lying, or 2, you're being silly because you should know at every which way point what your competitors are doing, what they're selling, how they're going. I know everything. I know every single brand in Australia that sells activewear. I know what you're doing.
Yes, we see everything.
I don't sit there and like hyper fixate on it, but I want to know what everyone's doing. If everyone's launching fluorescent green shorts, I want to know why. I want to know when. I want to know what styles. I want to know, like, not to copy, but I need to know. I hope people don't hear this and
take that the wrong way.
Yeah, take this the wrong way. But I just think it's generalized market research. If you think Rare Beauty isn't looking and worrying about what Fenty Beauty or Charlotte Tilbury, or don't you find it slightly interesting that when Charlotte Tilbury launches, when Huda Beauty launches lip liner stain pen, within the next 3 to 6 months, everyone's launched lip liner stain pen. Yeah. It's not for no fucking reason. And I'm the next person to tell you that we do it as well. I'm very, very aware of what everyone else is doing. Do I physically care and does it make me cry when I go to bed if someone's launched a store and I haven't? No. Because I'm very, very aware of my timeline, where I'm at, what year I'm in, how much profit and revenue we're making and all of our internals. And that's what keeps me up at night, not what anyone else is doing. It's just really good to know. You need to know. You need to know. You need to know. Sorry, you need to know. And if you say you don't look or you don't care or you don't stalk, you're a fucking liar.
Yeah, and that's not to say that we're the brand that looks at competitors, sees what collections they're coming out with, and then we copy that.
Well, no, because as well, another thing is customers can see it more than us.
Yeah.
Because they're the one that follow every brand. So let's just say even if one brand launches a pink collection with yellow piping, and then 6 months or a month later, we launch pink with yellow piping. How fucking obvious. How cringy. How bad.
Yeah.
So you will never see that from us because that's not really something we fuck with. It's just generalized trends and colors and styles that we want to know and we want to keep our eye out for. There's still things that brands launch and we're like, that is so ugly, I would never even now. Because we've got our own thoughts. Like I've got my own personal style and I feel like that reflects into Aver. I don't launch anything I wouldn't wear. So I don't think I can replicate what another brand's doing because they're probably doing the same thing. They're probably launching what they would wear and what their interests are and what their community likes. We're still very different. But yeah, you just need to know. It's market research. It's the smart thing to do. Every brand does it, whether they're car sales, makeup, PTs, everyone does it. It's just being aware of your surroundings.
How do you manage stress?
Okay. I actually don't think I'm a very stressed out person. Do you think I'm stressful? Do you think I'm a stressed out person?
No.
I have anxiety.
There can be very like points in the business that are meant to be very stressful, but you keep your cool.
Like I feel like around the pop-up I wasn't very stressed. Anything where we're organized, and that's a lot of the time, we are quite organized a lot of the time. I'm quite chill. Or I've always had that mindset, even when it was just me and my own, that like one, whatever's meant to be will be, but two, for me, I feel like it always just ends up working out. It'll work out, it will be fine, it will fix itself, it will be fine, whatever. How do I handle stress though? Lately, the best thing for me has been moving my body and continuously doing that, whether it's a walk, getting fresh air, training at my home gym, whatever it is. I've been loving moving my body, and it's a moment for me to just like get out of my head and in my body. I do struggle with anxiety, but I don't necessarily link that personally to Aver. I don't get anxious when Aver's not doing well or when there's a stressful moment in the business. That for me, stress and anxiety is separate. But yeah, moving my body, being open, asking for help is really important. If you're organized, you can't really be stressed. And I feel like maybe that's why I don't feel too stressed. Like I think a lot of people think I'm a lot more highly strung and stressed and crazy and busy and than I am because one, I've got a good team, and two, I feel like I'm somewhat quite organized. Yes, I don't know how to answer that. I know that you can do stuff like journaling, meditation, breath work, anything, but it's more so preference. For me, at the moment, it's moving my body and also winding down. One day of the week on the weekend or one day of the week after work, I'm always having a nap. And that's the best feeling. When it's like a Wednesday, you've trained in the morning, you feel so wrecked. I'm like, I'm gonna have a fucking nap. Making sure you catch up on your rest, you don't overexhaust yourself, and you need to be able to speak with your body. If you feel stressed and then you're getting a sore throat and then you got black circles, you're tired, you're run down, you're overworked, you're stressed. Listen to your body. Because I didn't 2 years ago, and that's why I reckon I got really bad anxiety. So I was drinking caffeine like a motherfucker 3-4 times a day, potent pre-workout, not even coffee, working consistently, smaller team, doing too much, filming the videos, editing the videos, coming home, keep working, wake up, no training, eating bad. It was so bad. And it just taught me the biggest lesson ever. Unfortunately, I have fucking anxiety from it, so great. But it taught me the biggest lesson ever that like work is really important, but your work will do good, if not better, if you also look after yourself.
When everything goes left, what do you remind yourself of?
Like I said before, everything happens for a reason. That's the best thing to remind yourself. Because when something's gone left, it's always ended up being a right. It will always work out. It'll always happen for a reason. But then this is just a me mindset thing. I have friends that are very, very anxious, very stressed, very highly strung people. And I can tell them exactly the things that I think. And they're like, yeah, but then what if, and then I'm just sitting there like, why are you thinking like that? So I very much just think that everything happens for a reason, and whatever happens, you will end up working it out. And I've done that. I've had to do that quite a few times. At the start of the year, I had a moment. I came downstairs, I bawled my eyes out. I went upstairs straight away. I pulled all the girls for a meeting and I was like, we need to do this, 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 and this tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
And it was so fucking stressful. And I bawled my eyes out and I did have a miniature panic attack. I had to run and get my ashwagandha from my car. But it all worked out. It ended up being a blessing in disguise. And I think it was in January that we did that. And January is usually a low month, so it worked in my favor. It ended up working out. Just that day was honestly killer.
Yes, I remember sitting there and saying, we're going to look back on this day in like a couple of years or something, and we're just going to laugh.
I laugh already.
Yeah.
And it's been 8 months. I laugh already. Because I called Zach, he was the first person I called and cried to, and I said, remember that day that I called you bawling my eyes out, shaking in the back corner because of da-da-da-da-da? And he was like, oh my God, that was fucked. I'm like, bro, how pisser.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Support system, network, your group of people that you have around you. I remember I was able to get my team upstairs, all like dropped what they were doing and went immediately like, yep, I'm doing this, you're gonna do that, write a list, da-da-da, and we actioned it. I think all the girls stayed back a tiny bit, ran down to my marketing team, told Jeremy, I'm like, please, I need this up, I need banner change tomorrow, 9 a.m, bang, no worries.
Yeah.
If you didn't have people like that, or if you had lazy or don't give a fuck, or that's your problem, you'd be wanting to cry.
Oh yeah. How do you manage 4 different personalities in the workplace every day?
Ooh.
Do I have to block my ears for this one?
How do I manage my personality in the workplace every day? That's something that when you are hiring is really important. I'll never hire someone that I don't think will gel in the warehouse. That probably is a really bad tactic or thing. To me, you have to be able to do your job and also not fit in, because it's not high school, we're not mean girls. But if I know that you will not have a good time here, I don't think it is in my best interest or yours to hire you. So I think personalities, we are all different, but we all get along. We're all very friendly to each other. We make it a really nice space. Definitely, we all have our moments of conflict and clashing, especially in moments of high stress, the pop-up, when we live together for a week, when someone does something wrong and then you have your little bicker moment, but it's never it accumulates to anything crazy. And I just put that down to hiring the right people and thinking about that when you're hiring. If you're just thinking about hiring the person that's going to do the job the best, cool, you probably get a great someone that does amazing work.
Yeah.
But to me, the work culture helps their work ethic. If you're coming into work and you're hating it, or you hate two girls that you work with because they're on here and you're naturally here and you feel like you've got to be here and you're barely getting there, you're going to last 6 months. So it's not within my interest to hire someone or people that don't understand that we come to work, we're quite energetic, we film TikToks, we crack jokes, we hang shit on each other, we have a laugh, but then we can have our moments of working and it's silent and then we do this. Yeah, it just comes down to like, what was the question? How do I handle 4 personalities?
Yeah.
I don't have to, because like I just said, when I hire, I make sure that it's going to work and it's going to gel. And you have your probationary periods, and if someone's not I don't like the word not fitting in, because that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say if someone's having a hard time because it's not the environment for them, if someone was clashing with Lauren every day, punching on with her, that's a problem. It's something that I look for and monitor. It's so important. I won't want to come to work, and if I don't want to come into my own office,
She won't be here.
I actually won't be here, and that's a problem.
All of your employees have stayed with you a long time. How do you retain staff so well?
Okay, thank you. I love that. Would you like to talk about on this?
Oh.
Because I feel like I kind of just touched on it by saying I make sure I kind of think about everyone that's already on the team when I hire new people. And I don't try and hire an exact copy and paste, because how different are you from Chrissy? Yes. And how different are you from Flick and Bella? They are different. And you'll see that when we film our TikToks of like impersonating each other. We can film them because we are so different. But there's a level of gelling that I see when I'm in interviews with people. I'm like, you're good at your job, not going to gel. And you're not going to have fun here. I don't want that. If you're not going to have fun at work, you're not going to be here for very long. Yeah.
I think a good workplace culture, I guess, is what she's explaining. Like coming to work is always fun and it's always good vibes. You always feel comfortable. I think within the role, I never get bored of my job because Alice is always so open to trying new things and like building on your role. And a lot of us have freedom within our role to do different things. You're never restricted and feel like you can't grow. And I feel like that's why a lot of people leave jobs, because there's not room to grow.
Growth, yeah.
So
repetition, mundane vibes.
Yeah.
Well, you see that as well more so in big companies. I don't know if one day, if I have 100 employees, my retention won't be as high. I don't know. But then I see companies like Cookeye, they're huge and their retention is amazing. And that's purely, I've seen on their TikToks and when they make posts or videos about it, or their employees, it's because of the culture. You just got to make a really fun, good, high energy place to be, and the culture has to be there. And I guess when your team's that big, you'd probably have meetings and team building exercise or just fun activities and stuff. You make sure everyone's reminded that you're here to have fun. Yes, you're here to do a job and tick off your to-do list, but if you're not having fun, don't stay here. I'd say that to anyone. I don't want anyone here that doesn't want to be here. And
I think we all love our jobs very much. Very grateful for them.
It is a fun job. Working for an e-commerce brand, especially in fashion, is fun.
Proudest boss moment you've had for your employees?
Oh my golly.
It's like I wrote that question myself.
Yeah. Every collection that comes out, I feel proud because I know how much of a team effort it is behind the scenes. Like Flick writes up how many of everything we're ordering. She follows along with all the logistics. Bella then gets the warehouse ready, so when it comes, it all gets put away neatly. Chrissy and Lauren help me with the photo shoots. Chrissy designs these pieces, comes out, helps me come up with the vision. We do mood boarding. Lauren helps heaps with photo shoots, content, marketing, and then my marketing team helps make the website and the videos and the photos look epic. So it's such a team effort that every month I feel proud of my team because on launch days, this year especially, I felt proud of everything we've launched. And I just know next year and the year after, it's just gonna keep getting better. But yeah, every collection we launch is a proud boss moment, honestly. Even just anything we do as a team, community events, the pop-up shops are always like, you can't feel bad when you leave them because you get to see the community. And just whenever my team individually learns a new skill, I do feel really proud as well. Like even 2 weeks ago, Chrissy in Illustrator learned how to make a pattern as a paintbrush, if that makes sense. So she could just she just made the pattern, but she needs the pattern sitting there to just like add whenever she needs. It was like mesh or something.
Yeah.
And she showed me, she goes, I literally just learned this morning. And I'm like, I love that. When you learn ads and you were like doing it effortlessly, and I actually tried to learn with her and, got lost 3/4 of the way in. Proud boss moment. Honestly, whenever my girls learn a new skill, when Bella rejigs the warehouse and, is proud to show me that it's clean and neat and fresh and tidy, proud boss moment. When Flick learns a new skill, when Flick does something, more efficiently than before because she's learned how to, it's just, I love that. I love that.
Quick ones, content editing app for TikToks is always InShot. YouTube vlogs, it's Premiere, but that's literally it. I used to use CapCut. I wouldn't go back, so.
I made a transition.
She did, and I
said we
understand.
use InShot here.
Do you have a platform you use for campaign schedules from inspo creation, edits, launch?
Honestly, we need it. To be fair, I feel like that's one part of the company that is unorganized. Getting everyone's jobs in one sheet or streamlined space. I think we've always had the intention to do it and someone's made a Google Sheets or a Canva and then no one goes back and uses it. Yeah. Canva, we do a lot of planning on there creatively. Otherwise, just Google Calendar, putting shit in there, sending everyone an email, keeping everyone in the loop. I always as well, for a new collection, I'll make a Canva with all the styles, with their photos, pricing, name, colors, as well as important dates for that launch, if we're doing anything like community event for it or whatever. But honestly, no help in that sector. Yes. I think we need to develop something of an organizational level for that. Like a big fat master Google sheet.
Yeah. We'll finish it off, this one, with biggest lesson you've learned.
Oh God, I learned a lot. I have a lot of little lessons I've learned, read contracts properly. Honestly, trust your gut in every single fucking living, breathing second of the day. Trust your gut. Whether it's with a design, with someone you're gonna start working with whether you wanna sign a contract or not, with whether a pop-up is a good idea or not, anything, just trust your gut. You know what's best for your business. You are the mother of it. You started it and you would have started it on your own. So you need to constantly bring yourself back to the brand's why you started the brand, what your vision is for the brand. Is it still going down that route? And when you make decisions, if your gut's saying no, it's a no. Don't question it. Don't let someone take your mind away from it and lead you to something else. When the idea came to you initially, your gut was like, nah. That's not. Don't let them be like, yeah, but we could do this. And you're like, oh, okay. Because what's going to happen is that thing's going to launch or happen or go ahead and you're going to fucking hate it. You're going to regret it or you're going to lose money from it or you're going to waste your time with it. So you need to trust your gut and you need to be able to read your gut and listen to yourself. Otherwise, it's going to be a really big struggle. And you just learn lessons very hard and very fast in business every single day. And when you learn a lesson, learn it. Fucking learn it. Don't make the same mistake 6 times. Well, that was fun. Got a frothy mouth from that.
We do have a lot more questions, so if you want a part 2, let us know. And also, if you have more questions, you can comment them on this video, and we'll include them in part 2.
Very true.
And let us know if you liked it.
Yeah, let us know if you like this sit-down vibe.
Yeah.
Because what else could we sit down and talk about?
Anything.
Funny moments, or even just how we come up with an idea and then from idea to launch. Do you like that? I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
you all. Love you to bits. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends that they should watch it too.